Hello, this is Michael from the TEL team. In this screencast, we're going to look at the different question types in H5P and how you can make them. To help you understand this, I've made an example quiz in this window on the left-hand side of the screen. And throughout the screencast, I'll be demonstrating how I made it in the right-hand window of the screen. So, firstly, we need to add an activity as H5P. For this H5P lesson I've made already, I selected quiz. This is because the quiz function contains many different question types. For example, mark the words, drag and drop, drag the words, multiple choice, true and false, etc. The principles that I'm going to go over in this video also carry over to any other question types. So the demonstration now will show you how to make these question types, and it will also inform you of how to make any others, as they follow the same guiding principles. It's easier for the purpose of this video just to demonstrate them all in one unified quiz. So the first question that we have here is obviously multiple choice. I have one question and 4 possible answers. And just a side note, there's lots of other information here on this page, such as this, and down here. We're not going to look at any of this in the screencast, we're just purely going to look at the different question types. So, here is a multiple choice question. In order to create this, we need to select multiple choice from the question type drop-down box. Firstly, we'll see title. As you can see, this is metadata. This is not actually important, at least for the aesthetics of your quiz, because it won't be seen by the students. You can enter what you want, but it's not going to appear in the final product. The question will appear. So this is what I wrote as the question, and you can edit this using these buttons here. Moving on to the possible answers, these are entered in these option boxes. For the first one, for example, Shimkent, you simply write that in this text box here. And so on in the next one, I wrote Transylvania, then Area 51, and Maine. When you're creating this, you simply click this checkbox for whichever one is correct. What you will see in these questions is that they have this eye icon, and this is for showing a tip before the student answers the question. So that is an important distinction. The students can see this before they answer. I just wrote example hint for all of them because there wasn't really much to say, but obviously you can think of something probably more useful in the actual questions you'll be making. So in order to do that, we just write the tip here, which correlates to that answer which you've entered into that text box. Underneath we have message displayed if answer is selected, and message displayed if answer is not selected. For all of these questions, I gave them a message which would display if that answer is selected. So, for example, we choose Shimkent and say check. We get this message underneath, Stephen King is American. That message was entered in this text box. I'll just show another example, say Area 51. And we have this message, which again was entered in this text box. This is all optional, but it gives an extra layer to the questions which you're creating. So we select the correct one, and we have this here. Well done, he was born in Portland, Maine. This was also put here. So moving on to the next question type. Here is true or false. So going back up to the drop-down box, we just select true or false question. Again, the title is not going to be seen. The question, really, it should be a statement if it's true or false, but whatever you put in this text box is what will appear here. You then need to select, is that statement true or false? What is important is then this text box here, which says feedback on correct answer and feedback on the wrong answer. And you'd enter whatever you want to be seen when the student is either correct or incorrect. So let's answer this incorrectly, which is true. Check. And we see this message. His real pseudonym was Richard Bachman. This was the text which I entered in here because true is the wrong answer. It is in fact false, and so the message presented here was put on the correct answer. Okay, the next question type. Fill in the blanks. Here we select fill in the blanks from the drop-down box. Again, title not really that important. And the task description, that is what you'll see here. In order to create this, we need to highlight the word which is missing using an asterisk. I'm just going to show you an example here. I'm going to copy this sentence from the example question which I've made already. So this is a sentence, and we want this word desert to be missing and for students to fill that in. All we do to achieve this is surround it with an asterisk. So we put one before and one after. That will then make this text box blank, and students need to fill in the correct answer in order to answer correctly. It doesn't really apply for this situation, but if you wanted to give alternate possible answers, you can separate them using a /. So for example, across the step. So if the student entered either desert or step, that would be correct. As you'll see here, I've given a hint. In order to do this, all we need to do is put a colon, like so, and I wrote Gobi. That will give you the desired effect of having a hint appear. And that's it. So let's just test it out. We have this, it is wrong, and if we type it in correctly, it is correct. So moving on to the next question type, this is mark the words. Again, title not important, task description is here. And similar to the previous question type, we need to highlight the word which we want students to click on using an asterisk. So we had 5 words here. The one which is not a King publication, we have Dreamcatcher, Carrie, Zombies, It, and Insomnia. The answer is zombies. And in order to do this, when you entered these 5 different words, you just surround zombies using an asterisk. One thing to note is that we can only do this with single words. I wanted to include the stand. However, that wouldn't work because it's 2 words. And you can only surround a single word with an asterisk, not phrases. And the final one, which I'm going to show in this video, is this question type here, drag text. So once again, title, you've got the drill, task description is here. And once again, we use asterisks to show which words we want to select. So the same principle as before, you will enter the text here, and in this example I surrounded paved, adverbs and hell with an asterisk. This meant that they were selected by H5P and they're extracted from the sentence. Again, you can use tips by using colon, and the student then drags them into the correct slot. The road to hell is paved with adverbs. This is the final type. Because this video is quite long already and this will take some explaining, I'll make a separate video for this drag and drop feature. So just to recap, we've looked at these 5 different question types in the screencast: multiple choice, fill in the blanks, mark the words, drag text, and true and false questions. If you have any questions about any of these, then don't hesitate to contact me or any other member of the TEL team. Thanks for watching,